Hi everybody, it's me, Teresa Perrin, and I want to discuss COMS with you. Guys, it is really getting hot in here, and these shorts are getting smoked, and they're about to get smoked more, in my opinion. Please stay to the end of the video so I can show you the technical analysis on this. Let's get started. Nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD, and please smash that like button as it helps with the algorithms and to spread the word about this ticker. All right, guys, recently I came across some craziness on StockTwits of people saying that they didn't believe me that I called out CABA when it was trading in the 80-cent range. So just to show you that I've been following COMS and talking about it on Twitter since the end of October, guys. I have been in and out of this. And then back when I tweeted on November 22nd, at 0.693, you can't say I didn't call this out because I said COMS next or people can't get the ticker COSM right. This is when I loaded the boat, guys. And then I even tweeted out a little while later saying that I had sold my COSM position and purchased COMS and discussed why I made that decision. And I think I even bought up at that point when it was like 10 cents, 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, guys, because I've been buying along since the 0.6. Most of my trades in this were between 0.6 and 0.8, but I know that I averaged up to something because my average right now is about 0.8. Or maybe just slightly under or over, somewhere around there. However, guys, I may even buy some more because I really like where this is heading, and I don't normally average up once it gets to a certain point. But when you see a move like this that doesn't come every day, why not? This is still very, very inexpensive in my opinion, and I believe that we can continue to move up. However, I'm going to caution people that retail has very low tolerance right now. And what I mean by that is that as soon as the ticker shows any sign of red, the way that people flood out of it is just crazy. I mean, look at COSM, for example. You know, that's why I made the decision I made, because it had hit a certain point and it's really just been bouncing up and down between them. So I've been trading in and out of it. I do currently hold the position because I think we're about to make a move to the upside. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see. But like I said, a lot of this slowdown is retail doing it to themselves because they just don't have the conviction that they once had in this market. And I know that this market is hard, but certain tickers that are running in it, guys, you got to give it a chance to play the play out. So someone had asked me when I gave a list of spots where I think we're going to meet resistance earlier, which I will discuss when I do the TA at the end of this video, when I thought we could hit those. And I honestly can't give an answer to that because the whole issue is that retail just does not have the patience right now. And if they want to play out, then they need to be patient with it and continue to make purchases or get new people buying in on the way up. That's just how it's going to have to roll in order for it to continue moving, right? You can't just buy and nobody continue to buy or nobody buy in and expect that it's going to move, because a stock like this is driven by retail, guys, not by, big money, because big money's not buying these little penny stocks. They just aren't. Or the majority of them are not. So anyways, COMS today was up 29.12%. And it's up an additional 3.98% in the after hours. In the past week, we're up 37.45%. In the past month, we're up 115.53%. And guys, in the past 3 months, we're showing an uptrend is my point of showing you this, because it's less than obviously the past month because we've made the majority of the move of the past month, 25.75%. Now, if you look at the past year, we are down right now. Let's see, 84.02% in the past year, and we are down 97.60% in the past 5 years. So guys, You know, this has been beat down very, very hard. At one time, it was trading at, I believe it was $6.27 is where it opened. And as you can see, it's just been downhill ever since. So hopefully we can make this move back up and we can actually get back somewhere in that range. That would be great. Now, guys, that is not going to happen overnight, especially when I show you what Fintel's telling us. Currently, COMS is given a buy signal with a price target of $2.10. There's something floating around out there that there's a price target of $10. I would love to know if somebody can tell me where that's coming from, because I'm not seeing any analysts saying that. So guys, be careful what you read online, because some of it might be FUD. Anyways, shareholder breakdown is 3.57% institutional ownership. Like I stated, institutions do not generally buy these penny stocks, guys. Insiders purchased 12.42%, and others, which would primarily be us, retail 80.14%, and corporations have 3.88%. Okay, Fintel shows the short interest is 3.77% and 0.04 days to cover. So guys, according to Fintel, unless there's a whole bunch of naked shorts, which is very possible, it's not showing much of a short interest. And there are currently 2,700,000 shares available to borrow. And the cost to borrow is still fairly cheap, 11.77 to 15.10%. And as you can see, guys, the short volume ratio today was still over 50%. So this is where it doesn't add up, that our short interest is only in that, 2 or 3% or whatever I just said range. Because on a daily basis, we are seeing between 44.58 and 52.97% of all of the dark pool volume being short. So seems like that number is a little bit off to me, but I'll let you decide for yourself because I don't want to speculate. However, COMS does not currently have issues with FTDs. There are days in here where there were no FTDs, so right now I wouldn't even consider that a problem. Currently, institutional ownership, according to Fintel, is 34 total, 33 are long, 1 is short. And please remember that this information is often old and that shorts do not have to disclose their positions. All right, guys, I just want to let everybody know that don't let rumors stop you regarding a short squeeze a reverse split, because we have until February 2nd, 2023 to be compliant, and that news broke, I believe it was December 1st. Yeah, look at the top of the page, December 1st. So as long as we get to above $1 and hold for 10 days before then, there will not need to be a reverse split. And then the company also has to file quarterly reports on their 10Q by February 24th, 2023 to remain compliant. So again, guys, the reason I was in and out of COMS earlier on, starting when I started talking about it in October, was because, and I stated it, there was concerns regarding them being delisted, but the NASDAQ, they had an appeal with the NASDAQ and they won. And then, obviously I decided it was safe for me to re-enter, that I wasn't in immediate danger of this stock being delisted. So hence here we are, and let's look at the technicals. All right, guys, I am looking at the daily chart. And for those of you that follow me on Twitter, you know that I called out this morning saying that we were going to see a significant move to the upside today. And the reason for that, guys, is because what I saw was, if you check out these lines here, this 13 is the green. This is the 13 SMA. The blue is the 20 SMA, that next one that I'm highlighting. And then the purple is the 48 SMA. So I am a technical 1348 trader, but That's in general. I do a little bit of everything, but if I were to pick my most common trade, and that would be what I would say that I trade. And that's why I saw this breakout early on and entered at 0.69 cents. I started accumulating and have been buying up through 8 or 9 cents, and made an even bigger purchase last week because I saw what was happening here. Now, see this 13 where the green crossed above the purple, the 48? That happened, about a week ago. Then we started to see this blue and purple were very close together. Today's move caused this to cross over. They were basically like aligned, touching, if you were to look at this morning. And this move up today caused that curl to the upside that we're seeing right now. So ultimately, my next step that I want to see for confirmation of a continuation, which by the way, guys, it's very bullish because VWAP, this little red dotted line here, the low of this candle, not the wick, but the actual low, we're sitting right on top of it. And the wick actually touched right down below it, right? But we closed above, as you can see. And again, this is the daily chart that we're looking at. And the daily chart is the best technically to give you the biggest moves. If you're day trading and you're doing intraday, you can do the same thing. You will see a lot more volatility with this type of movement. However, I knew this cross was coming because I knew it was starting on Friday. They were, again, very, very close. And you couldn't quite distinguish this gap. This morning. It was like it was right there about to go, and sure enough it did. If you follow me, before market open I had called this out. I actually deleted the first tweet and rewrote it because I wanted to include everything I was looking at, including the move above VWAP, which we now have. Now the ultimate goal will be for these lines to cross above VWAP and ultimately get above here. Now, if I extend this to be the full 1 year, I wanted to make it 3 months daily, just so you could see, because if you look at it from the 1 year, it's very hard to see the moves. See, these lines are very, very close together. But this brings it down a lot more, and you can see there's not a whole lot of resistance on the way up. There's not a whole lot of spots where we're gonna say, oh, there's gonna be some trouble here. Right here, this one candle, this green, and unfortunately you can't see my pointer, but the high of this candle is at 17 cents. That's where I expect to get our next slight resistance. There's not a whole lot though in the way in between. Again, that correlates all around here to 17 cents. So we should see some resistance there at 17 cents. And then probably not again, guys, until we hit about 20 cents for the psychological. And then this candle, this next big green candle that you see sticking up is at 24.75. So that's why I think we're going to get that 25 cent psychological resistance. Then I don't see any trouble again until we hit 32.65. And then, guys, once we get through that 32.65, there's not a whole lot of resistance along the way until, back up at about 40 cents would be the next. Then psychologically, I'd say 50. Then psychologically, I'd say 75. And then we get into that 80. Let's see. Where's this? It's about 83 cents where we're going to find slight resistance. But again, there's not a whole lot in here, guys. Once we start moving, we could move up fairly rapidly. There's not a whole lot of support or not a whole lot of resistance. Hopefully we can build some support along the way to make this a healthy move. So, a stock doesn't go straight up. Just like with COSM right now, there's a lot of people talking trash about it that I see on social media. But guys, it has to pull back, and COMS will do the same thing on its moves up. It's just natural. That's how stocks move. They don't go in a straight line. When you see that, it's because it's squeeze action and it's not normal for it to continue that way. I mean, it can go for several days like that if it gets momentum and stuff going. But it's nice to see it build support so that, you know, when it does have those days where it pulls back, it has something to catch on to. So anyways, that's what I got for you today, guys. Congrats to all those who've been riding this up with me. So far, so good. And I like the way the chart looks. Everything's looking great. Have a great night.